Joining us now, Dale Bellis, good friend of mine. Let me tell you about Dale. Dale's a founder of Liberty HealthShare. And I love Liberty HealthShare because they've been a savior and a godsend for me and my family. You know, when Obamacare first came down the pike, and even though the president said you can keep your insurance if you like it, no, not so much. Ours got canceled. Then we got another one that got canceled. Bottom line is my premiums, which I was paying a month under the pre-Obamacare, was like, I don't know, $600. Well, they went to $1,000. And my deductible, which was $1,500 for the family, $500 apiece, went to $10,000. And so I had to pay $1,000 with a $10,000 deductible, which means that I had to pay $22,000 before I got a dime back. Think about that. I mean, that's like catastrophic health care. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Let's just put the $22,000 in the bank. Something happens, we'll pay it. My wife was like, no, you can't do that because that's illegal. And you got to pay the fine. And I don't want to do that either. So you kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I'm like, well, there's got to be an alternative out there, honey. And in her sheer brilliance, she finds Liberty HealthShare, checks them out, talks to people, sign up. And my share amount went from $1,000 a month for a family of 3 to 5, like 25. And that was my share amount per month. And then to get reimbursement back on the share, you have a non-shared amount of $1,500 or $500 per person. So that went down, and I've been on it since whenever Obamacare first passed. I've been on it since that first went down. So it's about a 4-year plan, and we have been unbelievably happy with it. You get to talk to a live person. And the thing I like about it is when you pay the premium, you get to actually see who you're helping, because this is a share. This is a health share. So we're like out of the insurance business. And I think this is what we ought to do nationally. I don't know why we're having all these issues. Everybody should just sign up for Liberty HealthShare, and then you're good to go, right? That's what everybody should do. I love it. My family does too. Joining us now to kind of give us some of the ins and outs, their founder, the executive director of Liberty HealthShare, Dale Bellis. Hey, Dale.
John, it's such a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for the opportunity.
I love your company.
Well, thank you. And so do we have about 100,000 households who feel the same way, just as you do, because here's the problem in healthcare today. Someone else is either paying for our bills or making decisions about our health. And we've got to recapture for our individual interests and be a consumer or a customer of healthcare. So we're making the decisions, and we have skin in the game. We have money at stake. And that's what Liberty HealthShare does. It just simply changes the paradigm.
Well, it changes the paradigm from just do a copay and have insurance and go for any reason to, look, I'm going to have to, put some money out, and I have to make a decision on what is going to be best for me and my family. The other thing I love about Liberty HealthShare is I'm not in the health insurance business. See, that's what I love about it. Like, I'm out of the business. I'm completely out. I'm free. You talk about liberty and freedom. I have nothing to do with insurance. I don't want anything to do with health insurance and all the paperwork. I don't do any of that. I go to the doctor, I give them my card, and that's it, right? I mean, it's like paying cash.
Exactly. We're a nationwide community of like-minded men, women, and families sharing our ethical and religious values and sharing our medical bills with each other every month. It's like crowdfunding. That is, if I have a medical bill, other members fund my expense, and I have an opportunity every month to help fund their expense, and we're sharing to the tune of about $20 million every month in that way.
That's pretty good. You guys are growing. And, the other thing I like about it is all of and I know there's certain words we can't say because Liberty HealthShare is a share group of like-minded people who are pooling their resources together in order to help each other cover their healthcare expenses when they arise. Am I saying it the right way?
Well, you're saying it identically correct, because it's not insurance.
Right.
We're not putting our money into a large company who then pays all of our bills out of their money. It's our individual funds going to another member, and we're helping to pay that member's medical expenses. We get to see where our dollars go every month. We can send messages of cheer, encouragement, prayer, whatever the case may be, to that member that I'm helping. And then should I have a bill, those same members stand by me and assist paying my bills. It's member-to-member cost sharing.
And the thing I love about it, too, with Liberty HealthShare is you're encouraged to do preventative care. Like all of the preventive stuff that men and women have to do, the children have to do, that is all within the plan. That is encouraged, and everybody pays each other for that. It's part of what your share amount goes to, but there's no out of pocket for that. I mean, I've been in it 4 years. I've been to the 4 annual male checkups that a guy over 50 does, and I've never paid a dime. I mean, I pay my share, but I don't pay anything extra for that. And, even when I had the insurance, I didn't always go. But now it's like, well, I have to go because I have to be sure that I'm taking care of myself so that I don't have a big bill at the end of the day. But that's the thing that I love about it. It's almost like a family, right, Dale? I mean, you can almost call it.
It arises from our shared beliefs that our bodies are temples. We have a spiritual and moral obligation to care for our health. And so it just makes sense to do that, number one. And number two, health-conscious people have fewer bills, lower costs, recover more quickly. And that's one of the outcomes of our shared values, and it's why the Liberty HealthShare trend is to manage and control costs as opposed to skyrocketing expenses, because it's the individual customer in charge of their own health care.
Tell me a little about your company's growth in the past year, Dale.
We've doubled. We started 2017 with just shy of 50,000 households, and today we're knocking on the door of 100,000 households. So it's growing like a prairie grass fire because it's responsive to the individual need.
Doubling your growth is unbelievable. When you look at the healthcare situation now, Obamacare is not going away, right? I mean, the Republicans tried to change it. Nothing's happening. It's there, and you can't really do anything about it. How has that affected your company?
Well, Obamacare just simply doubled down on the single biggest flaw in healthcare, John, and that's the third-party payment system. That is, somebody else is paying the bill, making decisions about my healthcare. And so the nation is awakening to the fact that the answer to the healthcare crisis is to break away from that model and instead depend on, in our case, men and women of shared values and beliefs, and we pay each other's medical bills. We're self-motivated. We've got skin in the game. We've got a motivation based upon our shared beliefs to care for our health. That's made the difference, and Obamacare continues on pursuing that flawed system, whereas we've just broken away and abandoned health insurance altogether.
Well, that's what makes it go. Now, anybody that's interested, let me tell you what this is really made for. If you're an entrepreneur, you run your own company, you operate on a 1099, you don't work for the government, you don't have your typical Cadillac health insurance plan where you're paying a percentage of it, and that's provided by your company. If you own a small company, you're a small business person, you're in the gig economy, any of that stuff going on, or simply your premiums under your insurance plan are incomprehensible like mine was. You got to remember, I went to $1,000 premium with a $10,000 deductible. You think about that. That means I had to pay $22,000 before I got a dime back. Who does that? It's crazy. And if you didn't do it, you got the fine. Now, here's all you have to do. Call Liberty HealthShare today, 855-585-4237. 855-585-4237. Let me give you the number again, 855-585-4237, or simply go to libertyhealthshare.org, libertyhealthshare.org. And here's what I encourage anybody to do that might be looking for a long-term alternative to solve your healthcare problem. Go to libertyhealthshare.org and simply ask them for a quote. That's all you have to do. And you know what's going to happen? You'll fill out the thing. It'll take you about 5 minutes, if that. And you're going to get a quote back, and you're going to look at it like I did and figure, a typo. I didn't put a family member in, or I didn't put the right number. I mean, this can't be accurate. And you're going to find out it is, and then you're going to do the happy dance. And the other thing, Dale, that I love about your company is the service exceeds my expectations. I mean, you try to pick up the phone now and go and look at your insurance card and call that number up. See if you get anybody to answer the phone. Liberty HealthShare, you call that number, someone answers the phone. You talk to a live human being that cares about your situation, and you don't get voicemail. You don't have to push 8 buttons. Somebody just talks to you. I mean, Dale, nobody talks to anybody in these companies except Liberty HealthShare. What's up with that?
It's because our focus is on the member. We exist for the member because it's the individual member sharing another member's bill. That's the dynamic and the glue that holds us together. So that's our focus.
Plus, Dale, you're so enthusiastic about this, right? I mean, every time I see you at, one of the events, you're always fired up. You're enthusiastic, man. You started a great company that does great things, and you ought to be excited about it. And you've been a godsend for us. I just couldn't be happier. And this is the other thing, Dale, and I hope you don't ever change this. There's no paperwork. It's just no paperwork. I mean, there's just the normal thing that the doctor or hospital sends, but I'm not filling out forms and all this stuff. It's like, you know what? You negotiate it down, you pay the bill, it gets paid, and I just hand them my card. That's all I do. So it's really a great system that you've been able to build. And the thing I love about it the most is when you pay the premium, you get to see where your money is going, and there's an actual individual, and it's going to someone for something. And I just think that is so neat instead of going in this big black hole.
Well, thank you, John, because that's precisely what all of our members say. It gives such significance and meaning to know that their money is going to assist another live human being with medical expenses, and it just creates that community connection and awareness.
I love it. Now, look, you have a lot of people that promote different things on the radio because, they're a sponsor or whatever. Our relationship with Liberty HealthShare started the exact opposite way, right? It's not like we called them up and said, we'd like you to sponsor us. What happened is we had a problem. And my wife, Ann, found the solution to the problem, which was Liberty HealthShare. So our first involvement with Dale's company was not as a sponsor. Our first involvement with Dale's company was as a consumer, and they were our provider. That's the difference here. And it's only through that relationship and how excited we got about it, we couldn't believe how great it is, and it's changed everything, that our business relationship grew because I said, look, Dale, I'm so fired up about this. I want to be the spokesperson for it because I've seen what it does with my family. And so I encourage everybody, just check it out. Go to libertyhealthshare.org. libertyhealthshare.org. You have nothing to lose. Take you 5 minutes, or give them a call today if you prefer the phone, like me, 855-585-4237, 855-585-4237. Dale, I only got a couple more minutes. In your experience, what type of a situation is a family in where Liberty HealthShare would be the best option?
It is the situation where, number one, they're responsible for paying their own health care costs. They're an entrepreneur. They're self-pay patients. They are individuals who are aware of the money coming out of their pockets, and it just motivates not only on the financial basis, but on the basis of our shared values and beliefs to just abandon the health insurance methodology and instead rely on each other in a community of dependence and trust. And that's really what motivates us and motivates me every morning, John, to get up and as you remarked, be enthusiastic about the way in which we're changing healthcare.
Well, you're a very enthusiastic CEO, no question about it, but you have something to be excited about, and I want to thank your company for helping my family to the extent it's done, Dale. Thanks for founding it.
Man. I appreciate it so much. God bless.
Because at the end of the day, you know what, Dale? You made a difference in my family. That's the bottom line. That's why we're friends. Your company and you made a difference in my family. And so I want to thank
that's so meaningful and rewarding. Thank you.
Dale, have a good day. We're out of time. Hey, go to Liberty HealthShare, 855-585-4237, 855-585-4237, or go to your browser, libertyhealthshare.org. John Fredericks Radio Network. I'll be right back.